All right,
Let's
that
see how
should
much
be,
you can see.
yeah, it should be live. That should be live.
We're live?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know, we'll see.
See if it populates.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right.
That was a fun day.
Oh, okay, that's what we call that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's been busy. So, Thanksgiving 8, I've got it on Rumble. You might want to pop up YouTube there.
I will pull up YouTube and see if it's running.
I'm sure Ike is running. I don't know how to raid a stream, otherwise, I would raid his stream. Um,
I'm not smart enough for all of that stuff.
too technical, so we didn't even get to do everything we wanted to.
No.
Well, we needed to.
Let alone wanted to.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a minute. The public holidays in the middle of the week kind of kills things a little bit. Oh.
Yes, we are on YouTube, believe it or
All right,
not.
so that works.
Interesting.
All right. Well, nobody on YouTube ever talks because they're scared the commies might ban them.
Or they're not on YouTube enough anyways to even have opportunity.
Correct. Yeah. All right, so what are we talking about?
You said something about cleaning up. Sounds a little boring.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go clean up. Well, we've been cleaning since yesterday, but there's more cleaning to do because that's something that apparently never ends. So we gotta do more cleanup, of course.
I wanted to say thank you to everyone who came in and supported us over this week. It's been an absolute crazy week, I would say. Your patience with us is greatly appreciated. So thank you for everybody for that. And happy Thanksgiving. Noble Bushy, it looks like.
It's Brian.
Oh, Brian. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you. Awesome. Good to have you on.
Yeah. We were supposed to be on at 3, but we couldn't make it. We did a 2.5 hour yesterday, and I'm still eating the food from yesterday, but we kind of ran short of time, and because yesterday was Thanksgiving, we couldn't get shipments out, so we pretty much had double the work today.
Yes.
Because yesterday was a, I don't know, useless day, I guess. I mean, it's Thanksgiving, cool, but for us, no production, so, or not productive in terms of shipping.
No.
Yeah, I still made boards and stuff like that. So
lots of busy work. Don't worry, we were still busy.
Yeah.
We don't rest well.
No. So I still made sausage and stuff, but we couldn't get our shipments out, and we didn't want things to get delayed. So all of that kind of makes things complicated. And then today it was a toss-up of do we or do we not ship. Oh, by the way, we're in our shop live and we got a ding dong, so you got to go look after the customer.
Happy Thanksgiving, Sith. Yes, I will.
Yeah. So we still got what is the time, by the way? Oh, it's almost closing time. We got another 15 minutes and the store's closed. So our kids are literally just that side of us. We had a toss-up today. Was it going to be shipments or no shipments? And we didn't know if our pickups would come and things like that, because all these people are a little cryptic. You would think for big companies like UPS and FedEx, they'll communicate a little better, but no, they just don't say anything. So they did eventually, after a few phone calls come around, because we had 30 boxes.
I think it was more than that.
All right, so Nicole single-handedly, I ran the store and did cleanups, and Nicole single-handedly packed most of the boxes.
I asked you to get a picture. Did you get a picture?
I did not.
No, I think it was more than 30. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. I did not. I forgot to get the picture. So
and apologies to anyone whose packages are not on the way yet. We were a little backed up, like Anton mentioned, with Thanksgiving, so it'll take a
So here's the problem, because now you got to, when it's a week like this, where you got a middle of the week public holiday, you got to decide, okay, so how do you ship? Because you can get some shipments out, but they're going to get stuck and only get delivered next week. So they might have come in earlier, but if you ship a Monday, they'll only get there next week Monday.
Yes, I did have some that are
And
over
then-
a week. Fair
yes,
warning, everything's
And
delayed.
then if you ship Friday, they'll get them Wednesday. So if you ship today, they'll get them Wednesday. But if you ship Monday, because there's a public holiday, they'll get them Monday or Tuesday. And if you ship them Friday, they'll get them Wednesday, Thursday. So it's almost better just to hold back, because everything's stupid.
Friday's a good day, just so it gets out.
Yes.
And
So
it's on the way to you.
So we prioritized everything we could get to people before Thanksgiving. So even though some of the orders came in later, they got shipped out earlier because we knew we could. Oh, I'm checking the phone then. I knew.
Let me go check on the people.
All right, I knew we could get, or not me, Nicole was checking, and we tried to get everything out that could reach people before Thanksgiving, and then we would deal with everything else after. So today was a portion of that, to try and get out what we can today. And so we won that shipment day short this week. So that's kind of what caused the disaster. Let me see. Noble, smoked a turkey today. Couldn't make it yesterday. Oh, cool. Greetings. Yeah, Finn boy. Muscle man, I like that. Yeah. So we don't do the turkey thing, Brian. We did a pork shoulder yesterday. If you check the stream, it was like a 2.5. I tried to put it on just before, and we had camera and camera. We're getting all fancy now, man. So I said, I didn't know if we would do anything today in terms of going live. And then Nicole was like, well, maybe we should do something a little later. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe we can just do a little bit of nonsense talking. And we just finished dinner and fed the kids and got all the stuff on the truck. And I was sitting here, half asleep, hanging over my phone because I've been up since like 2:30 this morning. And then and it's almost 7 o'clock now. So then Nicole said, you know what, let's just go live. And then of course I just wanted to go live on Rumble, but the way I got my system set up, YouTube's the primary, so I have to go live on YouTube, much against my liking and will. But anyway, it is what it is. So I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I'm looking at making something nice on Sunday. So we have this kind of cinnamon caramel, cinnamon caramel. I guess a caramel syrup with cinnamon, and we make dumplings in it. So I've been looking at that. I haven't made that in many years. So I'm thinking of that for dessert, and then we'll have a look and see what main we're gonna do. It's my son's birthday on Monday.
Sunday.
Oh, is his birthday on Sunday?
They're only 6 days apart. Those
Oh,
two.
okay, 6.
So we
what?
figured it out. You can apparently have kids 6 days apart 2 years later.
Yes, and they act like twins. So that's
Yes.
really interesting. So they're 2 years apart, 6 days apart in birthday. If you wanna, you can bring that small monkey. Yeah, you can sit by me. It's gonna be rough. Also.
And this guy wants some biltong.
Okay, we got someone. So this is some of the packing that Nicole did today. So I think you guys can see that, some Wagyu and some Angus. So we're trying to pack more and more. I'm gonna move seats so he can sit this side, because otherwise, don't grab the phone. Don't be a nonsense.
He's probably going to. So here are some toys.
All right.
I'll be back soon. I'm going to help these people out.
Yeah, come. Don't be a nonsense. Otherwise, I'm gonna go put you down. You want your snake? All right. Yeah. Take this. Anyway, what was I saying? I was talking some shit. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's been a rough day. It's been a rough week. I was talking about those. So I want to look at the cinnamon dumplings for Sunday. Come, boy. Yeah, you want that? No, you want the phones and the camera. You want everything that's new that you don't like or that you don't know. Come, take this. Otherwise, I'm going to go put you by your sister. So anyway, so I'm looking at the cinnamon dumplings, and it's my son's birthday Sunday, so I'm probably going to see if I can do something chocolate for him because he likes chocolate. And then, so it's my other son. There's a small son, the one that's about to turn 7. So I'll see if he wants a chocolate cake, like really wants a chocolate cake. So I might actually just do that, and then I'll have a look and see what else we're gonna make with that. We'll make some meal, something interesting. I'm thinking about running something in a sous vide just to show you guys what that works or how that works. That's pretty cool when you use a sous vide to do stuff. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much. It's just been like work flat out. Yesterday's stream was fun, but of course it takes a lot of time. And with making sausage and stuff like that, and then the stream, and then there was a little bit of a little bit. We spent like 2 hours cleaning up after. So everything was pretty much clean, but then today, it's all the arranging, packing, and stuff like that. And then we had a pretty busy day in the store. Funny enough, I didn't expect that to be as busy as it was, but it was almost like a mini Saturday or at least a Sunday in the store. So we'll see what tomorrow is going to be like. Let's see. Another thing about eating barbecue the next day is that you don't spend 14 hours cooking it. Exactly correct, Sith. And it tastes better. I think, hold on a second, I'm going to go put this monkey down because he's being nonsense. I thought he wanted to come sit by me, but apparently he's being nonsense. Good. Come sit by this guy, please. Come, and you guys need to clean up here, please. We're going to get out of here not too late. All right, give him some stuff to play with there, and then slowly start, Michael. Switch that off, and start cleaning up. Rallying the 4 kids, well, 3 of them, the small one can't clean, but rallying the 4 kids to try and clean up, man, that is almost a feat in futility. So anyway, where were we? So so we'll see. Today was very busy. It's just the season, So November, middle November to end December is absolute fucking madhouse in this place. So we're trying to do a complete store not store, but manufacturing reconfiguration, and then we're trying to to run the store and do all the manufacturing and everything else as well, and we're trying to get to our property. So what Sith was saying is it's cool the next day when you eat your barbecue because you don't spend all the time making it. Exactly correct. And it tastes better because it's like the flavor just kind of sinks in there much better, So I really like that. Yes, Finboy. Oh, the chutney pork chops turned out lovely. Made some baked potatoes with them. Yes, absolutely. The chutney on pork, you can use that chutney sparingly because there's obviously not a lot of it, but you can use it as as part of marinades and stuff like that. It makes it really, really good. Got my Black Friday sales. Yeah, maybe. Yes. So Sith says for many smokes, I have to get up at 4 a.m. So this is the interesting thing. The pork shoulder, if I actually had that at room temperature, which I should have done, that's a very amateur mistake I made there. If I hold on 1 second, Michael, I said switch the television off, please. So switch it off, please. So the interesting thing about the pork shoulder, he's being nonsense. That only took like 2.5 hours, actually. It only took like 2.5 hours, and it's actually very tasty, very soft.
Very good.
Yeah. So I got it to 145, which is a little low, but I don't care. To cook it that thorough, because I mean the pork now is like beef. The health department's actually downgraded the temperature for pork to the same temperature as beef because of how clean the processes are now. So there's no parasites and shit supposedly. Let me see, pork chops, smokes, yeah. So the way you'll see, I do an indirect fire. So I make the fire on the sides and I do the water tray in the middle. Now you can stick an onion in there.
They couldn't see all of that, unfortunately.
No, I know. No, but that's why I'm explaining it. So I'll see. If we do a long stream again, I'll actually make the fire from scratch and show you. But I do an indirect. So I'll do the fire on the sides. I do a water tray in the middle, and then I put the meat over the water tray, so it's not on the direct coals. That way it doesn't burn and it cooks. It's like roasting in an oven, but with fire flavor. It's very, very nice.
Yes.
Have you tried making a garlic biltong? So hold on a second. Let me go back. So Jody 121 says you got your Black Friday sales. Good evening. Yes, good evening, Jody. Kind of. We don't we don't really do specials because everything's cheap already. We are cheap.
And we're always running specials for so many of our creators.
Yes, we're always running specials and stuff like that, and we always have discount codes. And
speaking of, aren't we supposed to have a discount code for
yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. Sunday is discount code day.
Okay, we'll start that on Sunday for Cyber Monday.
Yes. All right. So no, I've not tried to make garlic biltong. That's Hirito that asked, have you tried making garlic biltong? So I mean, you can put some garlic powder in the biltong. Some people do that. I try, and I've got a very specific signature spice that I use, and what I do is I have that spice with different meats. So the spice flavor is always the same. It's the meat that makes the difference in the taste, so that you can distinctly. Trinity needs something apparently. So you need a distinct, or you can distinctly taste the differences in the meat because the flavor base is always the same. So that's how I believe in making it. I mean, I can do some fidgeting, but what I do right now is I make the different spice levels. So that's the extent of what we've gone to. Once we actually get to a point where that is saturated, and we need to expand, then we'll actually look at doing different flavors.
So if you haven't tried the difference between the Wagyu and the Angus, they are, to me, it's significant. I know not everybody notices it as much, but the Wagyu with the marbling inside, it gives it almost a, not quite buttery, but
yes,
the fat really does change and alter.
Absolutely,
the taste.
Absolutely. So let's see. Says Hirito. So Anton's a vampire. Got it. Let's see. Let me see. Where are we? Tried making garlic. Okay, no sweat. We typically brine the pork shoulder overnight and smoke it at 225 for about an hour and a half per pound. Yes, that's about right. Hour and a half per pound at 225. I was higher than that. I was probably at around 375, and I do probably about an hour a pound. But I was much higher. So low and slow is of course better. But when you do like a Weber like I do, you don't really have time. I didn't have time to do it low and slow. And it's not a smoke, it's actually a roast because it's much higher. So 225 would be good for smoking. I was probably, my gauge broke. I think someone dropped my lid. But I was probably at 375. I can just stick my probe in the hole, and probe in the hole, yeah, and then we know what's going on.
Just the tip.
Yep, just the tip. So indirect heat is superior. I agree with that, Seth. Indirect heat is superior.
And the pork shoulder was still very juicy.
Yes.
It was phenomenal. Even
so I stuck it in a marinade. So not a brine, but an actual marinade. So it's a thick, saucy marinade that I make in-house. We will probably at some point bottle that as well. Well, we used to sell it in bags, but the bags are a little
bottles.
messy.
We need to bottle it.
It's just when you bottle stuff, it makes it expensive. And with marinade, it's not like you use 3 drops. You use a lot. So it's hard to... do me a favor. Just go tell those kids to finish up because I'm getting a little annoyed at them because they're all playing there instead of finishing up. And none of them are going to get dessert tonight. So the marinade used quite a bit. So I try and generally use about 20% of the weight of the meat in marinade. That's what I generally try and do, is about 20% of the meat. So if the pork is 2 pounds, I'll do. I work in kilos and grams and stuff because I can't figure your non-commie system out. But if I've got a kilogram of meat, I'll put 200 grams of sauce. Simple as that.
It's not commie, it's precise.
Yes. So 165 for pretty much everything as per, but all about texture. Yeah. So I try and not go to 165. I reserve that for chicken. So here's the interesting thing: you can actually cook chicken to like 135 degrees if you want, but the secret is to keep it at a specific temperature for a specific time. So it's like 5 minutes at 165, but I think at 135 it's supposed to be there for 2 hours, and that would kill the salmonella. So what you can do if you want to be fancy, and I've tried this, and it's interesting. So you stick a chicken in a sous vide at 135, and you just cook it for like 4 hours, and then you go stick it on the fire and you kind of roast it. It is very juicy, very, very juicy. But the meat is like jello.
With the crispy outside.
Yes, so the texture is exceptionally weird, and I can't eat it because it doesn't taste. Yes, like gum. It doesn't
Like
taste
gum.
like chicken. So I'm like, it tastes really good, but it's like the texture's just wrong. So I can't. It's like eating chicken flavored jello. It just doesn't work.
Yes.
I can't
No.
fucking do it, man. Erito says, Finboy says to Erito that he doesn't think I've found garlic. He might not be able to refine it that well. So I use garlic in a lot of things. The pork marinade actually had garlic in it. I like garlic, but biltong is not something for garlic.
The cabanossi has garlic.
Yeah, the
Just as an
cabanossi has
FYI.
garlic in it. The
Fair
cabanossi
warning.
has garlic in
Let
it.
me make sure that's the kids.
Sure. The cabanossi has garlic in it, and then what I normally do is when I make a leg of lamb, I stick garlic in that as well. So I actually take the whole what's the name? The whole cloves, and I cut them in half, and then you stab that motherfucker full of holes, and you stick the garlic inside of it. So let's see, where are we going? So once you lol, so Finboy says I can make that real count Anton. Yes, you can, Finboy. That would be funny. Jody, so Sith says yes to Jody, but you should pull off at 2:05. Why? So here's a question for you guys. I can never understand why with the smoking and that. I always see that the meat gets pulled at such high temperatures, and I don't understand it. I've seen it with brisket. It's like 200 or something, and then with you guys are talking about pulling it off at 205. I don't cook it over like 145 or 150.
To dry it out? Or
No, I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, there must be a reason, and I don't know anything about smoking. I mean, I don't pretend to know anything about it, but I don't know anything about
Maybe
smoking.
the heat to get to the smoke?
Yeah, maybe it's to pull the smoke
The vapor?
in. Yes. Yeah, I know. The brining is quite a big thing. Seth. I've brined chicken, that makes it nice and juicy, but I haven't really brined much else. I like to marinate. Something I do want to try though is I want to try some dry aging. Put the spice on the meat, and then you just age it for like 60 days in a special
I know we
bag.
spoke about refrigeration
Yes.
for that.
Yeah. So you have to refrigerate, of course, to dry age like that. So pull back the smoker to 200 internal. Jody knows how to cook. Well, there we go. Two people meeting up, knowing how to cook. We found a food truck in Ohio, smokehouse to try. Okay, it's for people who are smart enough to divide by numbers other than 10. I will concede to that, Finboy. I will concede to that. It's like the problem is
But
there's
he is in Canada.
yes, but there's no consistency. That's my problem. Is it's like 12 inches.
Yes.
To a foot, but it's 16 ounces to a pound. Can we make everything 12? But it's like as soon as you think you know, then like shit gets changed on you, So
They're both divisible by
yes.
4, though.
Erito, you should try that. Sous vide. I don't know if you got a sous vide, but sous vide, just like a chicken leg or a chicken quarter. Stick it in a bag, sous vide that at like 135 for like 3 hours, and then cook it on a fire or in a pan and eat it, and you'll see exactly what I mean. It's literally the meat. It's like it goes so soft. It almost has like a jello is maybe wrong. Mousse, like a chocolate mousse.
It's stiffer than that.
you-
Turkish. You guys need a Turkish
Oh,
delight. It's just like a Turkish delight.
Weird. It's very, very weird. I mean, it's really good, but because the texture's so weird, it just doesn't taste like chicken. I'm sorry, my kids are all, like a bunch of monkeys now. What's up?
Comedians.
Yes. What's wrong?
We're ready for dessert.
No, there's no dessert. You guys are laying around there.
Go
Go
finish.
finish. This place is still a huge mess. No dessert for you. Come with nonsense. Okay, so Sith says we're talking about a side firebox indirect heat here. in the states, you cook that meat at 225, and you wait for the internal temperature to hit about 205. You see, I don't understand that, because I always take it to like maybe 150 if it's really hot, max. And then when you rest it, it still picks up,
Yeah.
So I still don't understand that. We measure milk in liters, just milk, says Finboy. Yes, and you have it in bags, apparently,
Bags?
Yes, we also have it in bags in South Africa. Canada has milk in bags.
Okay.
Yeah, you must
the
drop
only
that.
milk I've seen in bags is the one I would produce for the kids.
No. We have them in 1 liter bags.
Okay.
And then you put it in a jug, you snip the tip off, and then you pour it right out the bag. You should drop one of those fuckers and see what happens. Yes, so he says, yes, then again we put it in bags. So what do we know? Yeah, exactly. But we do the same in South Africa, but that's a cheap ass milk. It's normally when you buy those milk in bags, when you pour it also, it's not quite white, it's kind of see-through white. It's like milk and water.
Watered down.
Yeah.
Is it powdered milk meets water?
Those kids are spoiled. You telling me? Tell them. I keep telling them they're spoiled.
They don't believe us.
They got the TV on again. Tell them to switch that thing off.
Okay.
They're gonna have no dessert tonight because they're not listening. Okay, so Brian says that smoking is all about the internal temperature over cook time. Okay, all right. So I'm used to, like, I'll do something at maybe, like, I'll do a leg of lamb, and I'll do that at like 140, so probably 260, and I'll just cook it for like 4 hours, and then it just falls apart. So maybe it's the same, but I mean, it never gets 200 internal. But okay, pork butts average 8 hours. Okay, so pork butts, they smoke for 8 hours. I'd make Weber 2.5. Delicious.
Honey,
you're
forgetting.
Yes, that sounds like drinking time to me.
Exactly.
Brisket average 14 hours. You know how drunk I'll get in 14 hours.
Excuse for drinking.
Yes, I think so. It's like fishing.
Or a lack of sleep.
Fishing, smoking, smoking beat, going fishing. That sounds like drinking.
Yes, all of it.
But, so Sith says, brisket at 14 hours just pulls apart. Yeah, no. I'm not trying to sell you on the sous vide chicken, Herito. That's not. It's not good.
Try
it so you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not trying to sell that. I will never make it again because I did a whole chicken. So I made a spatchcock chicken, and then I cooked the whole chicken in a marinade in a sous vide. So I left the whole thing in because I thought, well, steak comes out real good and everything comes out real good. So how about we try chicken? And I read up. That's why I know about the salmonella and the time on the amount of time you have to keep it at a specific temperature to kill. So I kept it in long enough. I think it was 3 hours that you have to have it at 135 or something like that to make sure the salmonella is there. And then I just took it and I stuck it on a charcoal grill just to brown it up, to crisp it. No. I think if you've never in your life had chicken and you ate that, it would be fine. But because I know what the texture of chicken must be, that was just so fucking weird. It was really peculiar.
Sushi. That's what it was more like.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Like
I don't know.
Fish-like
like a fish-like texture. It was not good. Brisket for me, 9 to 10 hours, says Jody. You can sous vide chicken at high temperatures. Oh, I'm sorry. You can sous vide to tighten the meat up more. Yeah. Yes, but I tried to do like the kind of low. So if you hit it at 135 and then you kind of throw it on the charcoal so you don't exceed the 165, because in my opinion, and this is just me, I obviously know nothing because you guys cook stuff to like 200 plus. But in my opinion, when you exceed the too high temperature, so my plan was 160 or 135. So when it's in the water at 135, by the time you take it out, it's at 135, the whole bird. And then I thought, all right, I'll stick it on a fire and roast it to get it brown, and that's probably going to take it another 30 degrees up to 165, and then I'll be fine. So I don't want to have it at like 165 and stick it on the fire and then take it to 200 and then just have charcoal. So that's why I did that. But yeah, not again.
Did you tell them what to do for sous vide if you don't have an actual machine at home? How to run sous vide like?
Oh yeah,
on the range.
Yeah, I'll tell them now. So do you like? Yes. Noble says sous vide at higher. So Sis says, do you guys like sous vide beef steak slapped on the grill? Yes. So what I do is I'll take you want to go fetch that bone-in ribeye. So So I take a real big ribeye, and then I put that in the sous vide. And I'll do that, of course. Sorry, let me just see what's
I'll
going
get
on.
him.
What happened now? All right, you're gonna get him. All right, sorry. Nicole will sort out the small kid. He probably fell over because he can just barely sit. Well, he crawls, but he does like to fall over. You go get the ribeye for me. He's upset now. Yeah, he's only 7 months old. So, but anyway, so I'll take the ribeye and I'll sous vide that for maybe like 125, maybe 130 for 4 hours. And then I'll take that and take it out, and then I'll rest it. I'll pat it dry and rest it. Then I'll salt and pepper it, and then you can either hit that in a hot pan, or I like to stick it on some charcoal, some hot charcoal, and you just literally crisp up the outside. And then when the outside's crisped up, you take it off, you rest it, and then you put like a garlic butter sauce on it. So let me see. Pass me this guy. So this. What do you? This is mine.
Man eats meat. Okay.
Yes, he likes meat. Really likes
this
biltong.
kid is obsessed with meat.
So that's what that looks like. So this is about 2 inches.
Yeah, I think it's thicker.
Yeah, this
Maybe
is about
2 and a half?
2 inches. Yeah, like 2.5 inches. So that's a pretty thick ribeye. So and this is a Frenched. So the bone's Frenched, bone in. So I'll take that guy and I'll stick it in the sous vide. I've got one ready to go into a sous vide. Nicole, just stick this in that back freezer.
Okay.
We can take it out later and put it back. So I've got one like that put aside for me, and I'll stick that in the sous vide, just in the bag like that. So I don't put any spices or anything. It's just basically to cook it through a little bit. And I just want to see what the time is. Yeah, we've got to pass 7, maybe another 10 minutes. Then we've got to go because this guy's gonna get difficult. Those guys are not listening. But that's okay because they're gonna get no dessert for real. Kids like priority, yes, kind of. They're kind of bulletproof, so but we try and give them the attention they need. No, you can't. But what you can do is you can run a sous vide like setup on your range if you use a pot. So I've got a proper sous vide. Like a professional, I don't know, it was a lot of money, but I used to use that in my professional kitchen. I was one of very few places that actually use the sous vide. So I can set that to exact 0.1 of a Fahrenheit temperature because it's American, so it's got to be in Fahrenheit.
I think Sam's actually had some sous vides on Black Friday sales.
Yeah, but this is a Samick. It's like a $3,000 machine or something for the motor. And then the stainless steel container, the basin that it runs in, it's like it's like a $4,000 sous vide or something. But it's a pro. I mean, that's what the like real dudes use that shit. So you can run a pot as long as you keep your thermometer, your probe handy. You can run a pot on your range if your range can set fine enough, and as long as you get your water to a low enough temperature to heat enough. And I mean, I've got on my range at home, I've got a heat plate, so it's not a range plate, it's a heat plate, and I can adjust that thing so I can run a sous vide type if it's there. So if you want to test things before you buy one, if you've got something set up like that, you can use it. And then kids take priority. I like sous vide steak 135, then pat dry and see on high heat. Yes, exactly. So that's right, Noble. So I one. So let me.
What do you need?
I want the probe. I'll get it quick. Don't stress. I'll get the probe. You sit with the monkey boy. So I'll show you guys what the probe says. So on the back of the probe, it actually gives you. So if you buy, I mean, these things are cheap. They're like $10 or something silly, these guys. So it's just a digital probe. So on the back here it says, so poultry 165, of course, and then it says ground meat 160. It's actually 155 for ground meat, excluding poultry, of course. And then well done is at like 155 to 155. Medium is 145, and medium rare is 130. So I'll run it at like 130 to to get it medium rare, and then I'll hit it in the pan, and then that extra heat for the searing will take it up to medium. So I try and keep it medium rare, and then take it to medium by the cooking. And then a minute or two per side at 500 on with a nice 500-degree grill. Yes. So I'll do open coals, charcoal grill, and then you just sear that sucker off. You pull it off, and then I normally make like a herb garlic butter mix, and I'll just like cake that on and let it melt in while that thing rests. That's real good. So let's see. Have a commercial pull behind smoker. Okay, yeah, and weather plays a factor. I've heard that. So this says he wants Jody to teach him some tricks. Kids are kids, gotta love them. Yes, yeah, man. You're exactly right. I have to love them. I must love them. So our church has a pull behind smoker, says Noble. I'm part of a crew. Oh, cool. That's nice. I was not far. I've been all over the nation, says Sith. I was just in Kentucky last year on the edge of WV. I'm not sure what that is.
West Virginia.
West Virginia, probably. Safe temp.
Although I'm not allowed to know the states because I said wrong state the other day.
Yes. Okay, so Jody says, yes, could have been here. Lol, look us up on Facebook and Insta to see my meat, says Jody.
That's one way to put it, Jody.
Yeah, that's one way. So, all right, well, I thought we'd just quickly pop in and say hi and yak a little bit of nonsense. And then I got to go finish up. Tomorrow is, I wanted to make biltong today, but there was no way I was going to get to that. So I have to make biltong tomorrow, which is going to be fun because it's going to be a busy day. So I got to be here very early and try and have most of it done by the time we open.
Yes.
So I'll probably start tomorrow morning at 3. Yay for me, you know.
It's every day.
Yeah, I know. But that's okay. You know what? I have no boss that chases me around, so I'll take it. So anyway, I think, yeah, that's it. Go switch that thing off. We'll see you guys Sunday. You have a great Friday evening and have a excellent Saturday. And we will see you guys Sunday at 3.